Hey, what's up guys, this is Sky195 here reviewing the Jawbone Up 24 in 2016. So this is more than 2 years since it was first released, so do keep that in mind when you're watching this review. Now I did already do an unboxing video of this product. The link as usual will be in the description if you want to check that out. Since I have been using this activity tracker for more than a year, I am fully qualified to give you my comprehensive review of this product. So that's why this review will be quite long compared to my other videos, but I promise you this is a worthwhile watch, especially since there are very few people who are reviewing this particular activity tracker at this time. In addition to talking about the band, I will also be mentioning the app that's associated with it, since the app will make or break an activity tracker. Now, this particular fitness tracker is only compatible with these select devices, so no Windows phones, sorry. And it comes in a wide variety of colors, and it comes in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. The one I have here is the small, since I have pretty narrow wrists. Setting up the Up 24 is a breeze. All you have to do is download the app, which is this blue one right here. I'm just using my iPad for an example since I'm filming with my iPhone right now. But normally you would download this app onto your phone and then you just pair it, which is really simple. You just press the button and you just follow the direction on screen. And it syncs really seamlessly. In fact, it's even able to sync when you have another connected Bluetooth device, such as a Bluetooth earphone, so that's pretty nice. Previous Jawbone activity trackers didn't have wireless charging, so the Up 24 was actually the first to implement it, and they've implemented it very smoothly. In addition to wireless syncing, it also features vibrations for alarms and alerts, which you can manually set in the app. It's also able to track your sleep, but you just need to remember to change it to sleep mode when you go to sleep. But actually, even if you do forget to change it to sleep mode, you can manually insert the times that you slept, and then the Jawbone will be able to calculate the based on your movements when you're sleeping if you were in light or deep sleep, which is actually quite handy. And also, even if you forget when you wake up and you forget to turn it back to day mode, if you make enough movements, it will automatically shift to day mode anyway, so that's pretty nice. Then when you're actually performing a more high intense activity such as playing a sport or running, it is able to track that activity and calculate the calories based on that. And if you want to take naps during the day, you're also able to set up power naps, and it will vibrate upon a set duration of time that you can set also in the app. Battery can last up to 2 weeks, which is quite outstanding when compared especially to other rechargeable fitness trackers out there. To charge it, all you have to do is take off this cap, which you definitely don't want to lose. It's really awful if you lose this tiny thing, but then you plug it into the included adapter and then plug that into any USB powered device. Once that is fully charged, it will vibrate to let you know, which is really handy, and it has a slew of indicators that are basically variations of the sun and moon that have come up, so flashing and non-flashing. You can read all about it in the manual, but basically if you press the button once, you can easily check what mode you're in. If you see a non-flickering sun icon, then you are in the daytime tracking mode. If you press and hold the button, then you can switch to the night mode, indicating with a moon. And if you double hold the button, then you can change it to the activity tracking mode. And then if you press it 3 times and then hold it, you'll change it to the power napping mode. And you can change back to the daytime mode at any time by pressing and holding the button. To view all your data, you'll need the app. So without the app, the band is really just a glorified bracelet. Now, the app is where Jawbone really shines. You are able to set your goals for your steps and sleeps, and then your data will show the percentage based on those goals. It also features a smart coach with daily suggestions and able to vary it based on your performance, which is actually pretty cool. And you're able to go ahead and view your steps over the day in detail if you just press your finger on it. And same goes for the sleep. You can see how long you're in deep sleep, light sleep, how long it took you to fall asleep. Really handy data. But do take all that information with a grain of salt, since they are just estimates based on your movements. Though I did find that when I did wake up in the middle of the night, it was able to record that correctly. So that's pretty good. The Jawbone algorithm, from what I have tested, have been working very solidly. And if you really want, you can also input what you eat if you want to track your calorie intake. But that's all manual, so that takes up a lot of time, and I pretty much never use that feature. Also in the app is where you can set up any kind of vibration notification, whether you want it to vibrate when you're idle or when you reached your step goal, or even just reminders that will appear on your smartphone. Jawbone's presentation is fabulous on this app. You can view your steps on just a particular day, or you can see the trends over time, and you can tweak it to show all kinds of data such as deep sleep or calories. And it also is able to challenge your friend who also have Jawbones if you would like. In this case, I do not. And it also has the ability to pair with other third-party apps such as Runkeeper. And of course, in the app is how you can be able to see exactly how much battery you have left. Your Jawbone will vibrate when you are low battery, but if you want to check just how much battery you have so you can periodically charge it, you can check it here in the app. And if you enable location tracking, it's able to find where your Jawbone is using the GPS. But an outstanding feature for all Jawbones is that it's very low water resistance. You can only use this when you're washing your hands, though I'll get a little bit more detail on that in just a minute. As implied with its name 24, you're supposed to wear this 24 hours a day, so this better be very comfortable. However, as you can see, it doesn't exactly fit my wrist perfectly. There are only 3 predetermined sizes. It's not like a watch that can be adjusted, so you will have to make sure that you get a size that hopefully will fit your wrist. But looking past all that, it really is a really stylish band, and it definitely did play a role in why I picked Jawbone over, say, a Fitbit. It has a much slower profile and doesn't look so techy, and it easily blends in with other jewelry, so it might be a better choice for women. However, the way the bracelet is designed, it is kind of bulky, and you have to take it on and off using a little twist method, so it also could get caught on clothing, though it is much better than the previous iterations of Jawbones. And because of this slightly raised design, it might get in the way if you're writing. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned that I have used this particular activity tracker for over a year, but I recently bought a new one because my previous one has had problems syncing. I would have to constantly repair it because it was having trouble transferring data, and the lights no longer light up as they should because the button is no longer pressable. As you can see, the button is much more recessed than the new one. These problems may have stemmed from just simply pressing the button constantly, or it probably could have also been attributed to water damage. Even though I've never taken a shower with this, I always just wash my hands or do dishes with it. But I have heard the Jawbone has a poor resistance to water, so that may also have contributed to the problem. But even when the Jawbone Up 24 was working as optimally, there definitely still were issues that were inherent to the design. First of which is definitely the ability to lose the cap. It's just so small and you can easily lose it if you're charging, so I wish they had implemented or thought out a better charging method. Also to note is if you're somebody who plays guitar like I am, it definitely screws up the step count when you're strumming. And of course, with this design, there's that problem of getting a perfect fit, and that's not always going to happen because this is not a one-size-fits-all activity tracker, and it is slightly bulky, so you're also not able to use it with certain sports, including swimming, volleyball, and sometimes basketball if it really is a bad fit. I also wish that you're able to customize the vibrations, maybe a different type of vibration or how hard the vibration is for different types of alarms or notifications. And do keep in mind that you're only able to view the data on the mobile app and you're not able to transfer the data to, say, a computer. And I wish that they would have expanded the compatibility since it doesn't support all Android devices and it doesn't support Windows devices. So my final thoughts on this. Well, I obviously were able to justify this activity tracker to buy it again, and that's mainly because of the price drop. Originally, this was pricing at $120 retail value when it first came out, but now 2 years later it is only around $30 or less. You can get brand new on Amazon. So this is basically a €2 fitness tracker, but I think it holds up really well. It's primarily because of the app, which is really nice and they update it really frequently, and it's not like other fitness trackers, and it actually looks like a pretty fashionable piece. So even if it does fail every year, I might have maybe abused it a little bit more for the other one, so it made it last a little bit longer than a year. But even if it did last only a year, you're only paying less than $30 a year for such a really awesome fitness tracker. If you're really into this kind of thing with tracking your steps, calories, your sleep, then I think this is a really good value. So that's do it for this review. I hope you found it helpful. I'm sorry that it took so long. This is not my usual length, but do consider subscribing to my channel to see my other product reviews just like this one. Thanks for watching, guys.